Namaste and welcome to Inspiring Women. Inspiring Women features inspiring thoughts, success stories, and interviews of women leaders from all over the world. We have with us Miss Andrea Albornoz. She inspires young people to become entrepreneurs.
Could you please tell me about your childhood and your family? How were you as a child?
No, absolutely. So, as I mentioned, I was born in Chile, and at the age of 3, my family and we moved to Brazil. And my family is basically my parents, my mom and my father, and we are 4 kids. I'm the youngest, so I have 2 eldest brothers and a sister that's older than me. And when I look back at my family, when I looked back at the way that we were brought up, which today I don't take it for granted because it's really special. There was always love in the family, so that profound love that the parents have for their kids, which sometimes we say, maybe it's a little too much, but that was never lacking in my home towards me, towards my siblings. My parents, I think that one thing that is important to note, and I also, in retrospect, when I look back at those years growing up, I find them that they are particularly unique in that they are very progressive in their thinking. And that is not to be taken for granted either, because, see, my mother, she was born like my father in 1940s, around that time. And my mother came from the south of Chile, a little village. And things were not necessarily easy for her, but at the age of 18 she made it to the capital of Santiago because she wanted to do the best at what she could do. So really a pioneer, a very strong woman all throughout. And of course when she met my father and they got married, and because of my father's job, we immigrated to Brazil. But when I look back at how they are, one, my mother, very, very progressive, very much in defense of women and women empowerment topics. And my father too, a really smart guy that really wanted his 2 daughters to be independent, intellectually independent, economically, and that is what they actually put us in our brains all throughout the growing up years. So of course that we all had access to education, that we went to high school, we went to university, which is a big deal. It's not to be taken for granted. So we had that opportunity. But also, they always mentioned that the education is the one thing that they could give us, and then that we should make the best out of it.
So what is the one quality that you inherited from your family?
If I have to pick one, I think that it would be that there isn't anything really that I cannot do, that if I want something, that I can absolutely have it.
Tell us about your best childhood memory.
I think that I have many of those, but one that I think that I would like to share is the time around the dinner, because we will come as a family and have our dinner together, which maybe for you is something that you normally do here, but after I moved to the US, I didn't have that anymore. So the time with the family during the dinner time to me was absolutely precious, and I miss that quite a bit.
Apart from your professional life, what are the other activities you are interested in, and how do you keep yourself occupied during your free time?
I am a yoga practitioner, so I've been practicing a type of yoga called Ashtanga for the past 7 years. And to me that is very important. I'm a firm believer that if I didn't have a yoga in my life would be completely unbalanced. So in terms of my daily routine, I will wake up in the morning early, I would do my yoga practice, and then I will have breakfast, and then I will go to work. And it's very important to have that in my life because it keeps me in a routine. Even when I'm traveling, and that happens quite often, I will take the shoes off my luggage, but I will put my yoga mat so I can do my yoga practice when I'm traveling.
So ma'am, what kind of changes has yoga brought into your life?
So many. I mean, yoga has really given me a great understanding of not only life around me, but also have given me clarity to operate during the day. For example, I have, like most of you do, a busy day and confronted with sometimes some issues that I need to resolve. Yoga really gives me the calm and the clarity to understand what's happening and be able to be the best at what I can do. I think the other piece of this that yoga has brought to me, I've become healthier in terms of what I eat. I also became very much a practitioner of meditation, which is very, very important because it helps me at the end of the day really it gives me that time to have a quiet space during the day. And when that space exists, I think that it allows me to be more creative. It gives me that space to be more creative, so it helps me in my personal life, with my friends, with my family, and helps me in my professional life. So I cannot understate the importance of this in my life. And maybe for you individually, it's not yoga, it's something else. But I'm a firm believer that we need to have an escape that is beyond work, some kind of activity, physical activity. That is the one thing that I'm a firm believer that we all should find and pursue.
What motivated you to pursue your dreams? What were the obstacles you had to go through, and how has it transformed you?
What a great question. I think that it speaks to everything that I've done, really. It's and I think that you know, if I can define myself as an individual, and maybe it's something that is who I am, and other things about how I became the person that I am today. First of all, I'm optimist. I do see opportunities. I don't see problems. I really don't. Because I don't think that they exist. I mean, I think that what it is that there are things that we need to, if we want to do something, to overcome. So they're not really problems. So there's just situations in which we need to find solutions to overcome. The other is I'm a passionate person. I pursue my passions and I absolutely love life. And the other is that as a person, I am determined. I do not give up. If I believe that I can do something, I would knock every single door to make that happen. And it could be that that door won't open, but I believe that timing is also very important. So if it doesn't open right away, it may be open in the future. So I have overcome all sorts of obstacles. I mean, from when I wanted to, for example, move to the US to learn English, and that at the age of 24, I didn't have the financial means, but I found ways to be there, and I worked my way through it. When I wanted to do my MBA, I didn't have the financial means either, but I knocked every single door. I pursued that because I wanted to be the best professional I could ever be, and I wanted to be given the best opportunities, be competitive. I think that that's what it is. I mean, once you have knowledge, you have acquired technology, and you can be competitive, even if you don't get the opportunities, that's fine, but at least you are competing to get, you have the skill set to have those. So I think that I became the person that I am today, and I'm still in transformation to become something else, which I don't know what that is exactly, is because I keep curious, and I keep trying different things, and I wanted to know about different things that can be business, it can be literature, it can be anything. I'm just a curious person, and that would be always the case.
Did you add any mentors in your life or inspiring person who has led a great influence in your life?
I don't think that I could have done without my mentors, but more than in one specific person, I think that the way that when I look around, I meet people, in general, I think that I get inspiration from everyday life. Every day, from people that I meet, from you know, at the hotel, at home, when I'm doing my grocery. I mean, I'm very in tune with the things that are happening around me. But if I were to say one mentor, I think that are my parents. My father, very much a businessman. I mean, he's an intellectual too. I always go back to him when I have a question because he has a broader understanding of not only business but life. And he helps me put things into the context. So he's always been my great mentor. My mother, the same. I mean, she is a stay-at-home mom, but so intelligent in her own ways of how she understands life. And so for me, it's just almost a perfect situation because I have a father and a mother that helps me. They help me understand the context of life in a very balanced way. And just to add to that, I think that for me, in every stage of my career or my progression in life, I have look for people that could guide me, but specifically asking questions as to how did they do the things that they're doing, what were the obstacles that they have encountered, how did they overcome. I think that kind of conversation that you have with people that you admire is very important because there's never one answer only. I mean, there's so many ways that we can do things, right? And people will give you a little bit of insight. So the more people that you speak to, I think the better, and that's what I have done.
Ma'am, how do you define entrepreneurship and what drew you towards it?
Entrepreneurship, I mean, I think that maybe I answered that question and the way that I think about it. I mean, leadership, right? The one piece about entrepreneurship that I associate with, maybe for right or for wrong, is leadership. And we use that word a lot, leadership, and maybe in context I don't necessarily think they're appropriate. Leadership for me, it starts with really the individual, that you take ownership of your life and then you pursue your life the way that you wanted to pursue, so you really go after what you believe. And then entrepreneurship we use in the context of if you wanted to create something, if you have an idea, can I put that idea into play? Can I construct a business? But I think that can happen even in the context of a company that you work for, in your own business. So if I have to define entrepreneurship, for me is, can I build my ideas? Or can I do the work that I believe in the context, so I keep pushing forward? And it starts with pursuing your own ideas and pursuing your own dreams, to have leadership over your own life. And I think that the other piece that I would like to add to that is being able to, which I think is I believe the most important and maybe the most difficult piece, is how do you inspire others, right? So if you have a vision, if you really believe into something that you're passionate about, and then how do you inspire others to join the movement? And I have found that, at least in this stage of my career, especially in this job that I'm doing today, it's very important that you communicate your vision, that you understand what that is, that you're able to communicate clearly and make other people join you.
What do you think is the greatest achievement of your life?
In retrospect, I think that, and I will speak in general terms, because I have had, in my opinion, many obstacles. I mean, I'm the first person in my family to go abroad to study for a master's degree, and being able to join the company that I have joined, the companies that I have joined. I think that my greatest achievement was, and has been, and will be, hopefully, not giving up. Just keep pushing forward and believing in myself, and believing also in surrounding myself with people that wanted to see me accomplish my dreams, and this is very important. So that, to me, I would define as my greatest achievement. So just that ability to keep moving forward, surrounding myself with people that believe in me, and continue to be an optimist.
As you don't give up easily, where do you see yourself in coming 10 years?
And when I think about where I would like to be, and we're talking about entrepreneurship earlier, I would love to have my own business, I have a few ideas in terms of which areas that I would like to go after into business, in a business. So that is one thing. I would like to have my own business. And I also would like to, in addition to have a business, be able to have this kind of conversations and share my experiences with young entrepreneurs and people that are beginning their careers. So I would like to have my own business. I would like to continue being able to share my experiences. And certainly I would very much love to be closer to my family.
What is the kind of business you want to be in?
I believe in wellness. I believe in mindfulness. And can we, or can I help others to find all of that? Wellness and mindfulness, so you can become and be the person that you can be. What I see today in my world of business, of large corporations, is because of the lifestyle that we have. We can easily become stressed out. We can easily just become undisciplined. We can easily start eating badly, if you will. So all of that just leads into a very bad lifestyle. So when I think about where I am today and my surroundings, if I can use all of this information that I have and my knowledge to help others also find themselves, if they can achieve the best that they can do, so they can have a healthier lifestyle, therefore a more healthier professional life, personal life, and etc.
What message would you like to convey to the people who want to be successful?
I mean, there's nothing else. Don't give up, and I do not believe in failures, and I think I mentioned this week to somebody. There's no thing such a failure. I mean, what it is just trials, and maybe it doesn't work this way, maybe you need to change it a little bit, maybe you need to knock another door, but to never give up, just keep.
We have a segment where we'll throw some random words at you, and then you have to say whatever comes into your mind first. So are you ready?
Okay.
Life.
Opportunity.
Love.
Family.
And family.
Everyone around me.
So entrepreneur.
Each one of us.
Youth.
Hope.
Nepal.
Nepal, oh my God, it's just extraordinary.
Women.
Amazing.
Leadership.
Strength.
Feminism.
Beauty.
Andrea.
Happiness.
We had an interesting and inspiring interaction with Miss Andrea Albornoz. We will be back next week with a new episode. Thank you for being with us. Namaste.